Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I got a old milk crate sitting here. We're just going to dive into what has happened. We do have some of the tools now to fix the 46, but this week, we got hammered with snow. I've got to do some cleanup before the weekend. So we are going to do that instead and show you what you should have in an emergency box in the back of a pickup, even an SUV. I do have one of these in my 3/4 ton pickup and one in my Lincoln Navigator, guys. This one's a little disarrayed. That's why we're going to pull it out, clean it up, change a couple things, and get it ready to go, okay? So let's get some of the things out of here so I can talk about them. So this is a D-ring receiver hitch, as you can see. Now, the one thing I do, guys, is I always keep the receiver pin in the receiver, okay? All my receivers have their own pin. Safety pin and the 5/8 slide pin. For one reason, I can't depend on anyone else to have one. If I need to recover them, I need to make sure I have the proper tools. So my receiver, I don't have just one receiver for the whole truck. Every receiver has its own. And that simplifies. We'll get back to this and why I have a D-ring receiver. My standard, I think this is a 6-inch or maybe a 4-inch. I can't remember, guys. I'd have to measure it. Drop ball. It's got a 2-inch and a 2 5/16 ball. It's adjustable up and down. And once again, guys, has its own receiver pin. Fuel additive for my diesel. Put that over there. These will be going back in, but in a certain way. The other thing I think everyone should keep, guys, is a 4-way. That way it doesn't matter if you've got your buddy's trailer or your trailer or whose, you've got a way to try to get them lug nuts off. If you're unsuccessful, you're unsuccessful, but at least you got a way to try. A couple blocks, a couple bungee cords. These are old, and this is why we are in here today working on these. The old ones finally snapped, so they are no longer good, and they are getting thrashed. We're cleaning this bad boy up. This is another thing I think you guys ought to have. It's a very small funnel, as you can see. Now, this can be purchased at most hardware stores, Army surplus stores, and Walmart's, Targets. This will be found in the camping goods area. This is for putting fuel in your camp stove. That's why this funnel was designed. But this works great for transmission tubes, guys. See that? Nice and small. You can put that in the transmission tube, and now you can put your transmission fluid down there without it getting everywhere. That's one of the hardest things to get in to an old hot rod, muscle car, anything before 2000 that had dipstick tubes for the transmission. This funnel is a lifesaver, guys. Now, a lot of cars nowadays, your Fords, your Lincolns, I think some of your Chevys have gone this way. There isn't a transmission check. Basically, the transmission, once it blows up, the only people that can service it is technically GM, Chevy, Lincoln, Ford. Other places can do it, but that's once the warranty runs out or you get whatever your warranty requirements are. They don't plan on you checking the oil. It's either good or it ain't. So, but once again, for the hot rodders, the guys like me, I'll get one for this truck. That is a lifesaver, guys, to be able to put in transmission fluid if you need it. Then I have just, you know, the standard stuff. I've got some engine oil. Let's see, what is this? Power steering, transmission, and coolant. Now, this coolant is one of the reasons we brought this in here. This coolant we won't be reusing. Now, that was the Dextron Orange. My truck originally came out with it, and we're not going to be putting it back in. We put in, it's not quite green, but it is the O'Reilly's Universal. It's a greenish orange, 50/50 Universal, ready to go. It is rated for Duramax, all the other, it's ready to go, ready to go. And I've been moving all my stuff over to this, so I don't have a shelf full of gold and green and purple and red and orange and whatever color they come up with next, guys. We're just going to go to the universal. A lot of this stuff here, like I said, is just garbage, guys, that has been collecting in the back of this. So we are going to be getting rid of some of this. Now, one thing I do recommend, and they're tough to find, are some of these collapsible chocks. You put that in front of your tire, and now it won't roll away on you. Finding these collapsible ones are a little tough. These are some pretty cheap ones. I would not use these exclusively for a very heavy load. My truck, which these are in, are about the limit of them. If I had a trailer behind them, I don't know if I'd use them. They're good for an emergency, but not for definitely long-term or heavy hills, guys. Okay, looks like we've got one of our bungees here. It's in good shape. That actually goes to the dump bed, so we're going to throw that over in the dump bed trailer. Stack. We're going to get rid of these. These are well used. I always try to keep a pair of gloves. I actually got a new pair in the back of the truck, so those old ones are gone. And let's throw the rest of this away. And now we've got just another bungee that goes with the dump trailer, and we are good to go. So, the one thing I do recommend, guys, another thing, about a 7 to 8 inch 4x4 block. You'd be surprised how many times, especially with a lifted truck or trailer, you get there, you got a bottle jack, and you're that much short from getting it off the ground. So that will save you a bunch of headaches, guys. So let's start reloading this so we can kind of know what we're doing. And a couple 2x4 blocks, guys. Mine are roughly 10 inches. And once again, trailer legs. In emergency, you have to park it on the side of the road, maybe drop the trailer. You've gone through your one spare, you've blown another tire. You know the next Walmart, truck stop, whatever is down the road, 5-10 miles. You don't want to drag the trailer there loaded. Now you've got a way to support that jack stand without it going through the dirt or chock the tires. So that is something that, like I said, I just recommend because it gets things out of the way. So let's see how we can organize this. There we go. And guys, for those who don't know me, I do have an OCD problem. I like things in a nice, neat, organized way. It doesn't mean they're always that way, but I can hope and dream, right, guys? So this doesn't carry a lot of stuff, guys. It just carries the things that I think I need, and we go from there. So and like I said, a lot of this is just down in there just to hold other things apart. So you don't need a ton, guys. Just the basics. Like I said, power steering fluid, transmission fluid if it's applicable, and a 50-50 mix of coolant. That way you're good to go. Matter of fact, I will probably put this one back on the shelf, and I will grab a full one and put it in there so I've got a full gallon. If you guys don't know, if in a pickle, in a pinch, you can use any water in a radiator. You may have to flush it when you're done because the calcium of hard water will calcify it in there, and you don't want that. It's best to use distilled. But you can go on any of these other YouTubers, and they've done it, or they will show you. It doesn't matter what water goes in that radiator to keep the engine from overheating if it gets you home in a pinch. So if your system is perfect right now and you're a gallon low, throw in a thing of water to get you home. It's not going to hurt the system, guys. You may have to drain some of it out, put in some straight to make it a 50-50 mix, but it's not the end of the world. So that's the box in a nutshell, guys. And we'll scoot this right off to the side here. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is Matt's off-road recovery rope. Okay, guys? Now, he's not a sponsor or anything. He is a local Utah YouTuber that does off-road recoveries, and I happened to buy one of his recovery ropes. I got to finally use it. It's been sitting in the truck now for about a year, and I finally got to use it. As you can see, guys, that is a beefy rope. So I'm going to pull this up because here's the specs on them. Now, the brand is Yankum Ropes, and you can find them at yankum.com or yankumropes.com, guys. And so this is a 7/8 diameter by 30 foot. And let's see. Yeah, it is good for 28,000 pounds. Yeah, 28,000 pounds. So this is a kinetic recovery rope. I don't have enough strength to do it, guys, but basically this is a big bungee cord. And so what happens is, instead of you jerking on it with the old straps or the chains or whatever, which we've all seen that jerk bumpers off and everything else, this is kinetic energy. So what happens, guys, is you'll have your two vehicles, one here, and the rope in between, okay? Just like this. And so what happens is, when this vehicle starts to move the rope out, it stores the energy, and when it's as far as it can go, it actually starts to pull. Well, the other vehicle is moving forward, it wants to pull that one out, but it doesn't slam it to it. It pulls it out. It doesn't jerk. It's really nice to watch. Like I said, Matt's offroadrecovery.com or YouTube. You can see him do these. It's a phenomenal piece of equipment, and not only that, they give you what they call a soft shackle. Now this is a major feat in engineering, guys, and it's probably one of the smartest things you can buy for any of your tow rigs. Even if you don't get the recovery rope itself, the soft shackle should be in every four-wheeler's arsenal. So what they've done is they've knotted up a part of nylon rope, and it's got a soft rubbery shell here so it doesn't bind or hurt anything, okay? And so what happens is, then it's got a infinity knot here, okay? They've looped it through itself. Then what you do is you pull it, put your knot hole in it, your knot head, pull that tight. That's not coming off because it's pulling against itself. And being a soft shackle is, you can put this around, an axle, framework, the bumper. Of course, you want to be gentle on pulling on things, but you can put this on the lower control arm on a car, anything that doesn't have a recovery point, because this is soft. It's not rigid. It's not a chain. So this just comes off that quick, guys. You can do this with gloves. That's the nice of it. And matter of fact, the newer ones, they've made the head a little bit better, and the eyelet for it, the infinity hole, even nicer. So basically, you just take your rope, go through whatever you know, A-frame, pull it taut. Now your rope is connected and ready to go. And like I said, no matter how much they pull, this infinity knot will start to collapse on itself. It can't pull it apart. All it can do is try to pull out that nylon knot, and you guys can see that is not going to pull apart. So once again, this is something that should be in every four-wheel drives. I don't care if you're in Pennsylvania, Florida, Russia. I mean, this is a lifesaver, because if you got a tow strap and no way to hook it, tow straps are useless, guys. So that's just a quick rundown for the weekend, guys. Sorry, like I said, I'm out of propane. I'm out of a couple things. I hope you found this somewhat interesting. Please like and subscribe. The like button is my friend right now, guys. I need you to like as many of my videos as you like. I need you to subscribe, and I need you to tell a friend. Thanks for watching. Let the misadventures begin. Hey guys, just a quick thing. You may have saw me pull out my my soft shackle out of a Ziploc bag. I believe this is a quart bag, or a half gallon. I'm not 100% sure, but the reason I put it in here is you get this soft shackle all nasty and greasy. Now you know, like me, I put it in the actually back seat of my pickup because I want it to be nice and I want it to be safe. It's locked up in the truck at all times. So, what I do is, you know, if I get it greasy or whatever, it just goes in the Ziploc bag. Now the grease is contained. It's a cleaner way of keeping your things, guys. Don't be, I mean, if you ain't got a zip, especially the first time you use it, you forget. A little grocery sack from Walmart, your convenience store, whatever. Just, you know, and if you don't get it dirty, great. But, you know, just think of this next time you're out there getting ready to go out in the mud and all that. Go, man, I don't want to track that into my car or even back into the back of the bed. Let me put a baggie around it. So that's just one more thing, guys. I'm going to be hitting you up with these little things all the time. Be safe and let the misadventures begin, guys. Hey, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's nice to see you here. Hey, apparently February is going to be the month of no tools, no parts. I live here in Utah, guys. We had a major monster storm come in Tuesday night, Wednesday. It has really gotten parts slowed down. We actually did receive the bleeding tool for the brakes. So I was all excited. I was getting ready here, just get ready to start making sure I had all my tools and parts ready to go so I could film something for you guys. And I dropped the tube cutter. So that is now broken. And all the hardware stores, it's a Sunday. I normally don't record on Sundays, guys, but we were busy doing things yesterday, once again with the snow, trying to get the driveway cleared off, cleaning up the garage so we could do filming because it's been a tough week here in Utah, like I said, guys. But for me to go get a new tube bender, they're not expensive. It's a 30-minute drive to the Home Depot and a 30-minute drive back for just a tool that isn't going to be it's going to be more fuel to go buy a tool for YouTube than it is going to be for me to just wait, pick up the tool tomorrow at my local hardware store and do this on the next weekend. Not only that, guys, I thought I had more propane in the tank. I don't. I do have an emergency backup propane, but I'm keeping that tank right now for the chicks. If you watched my last video, I think it was the last video, guys, we got chicks. Chicks are chicks, guys. For those who've had chicks, they understand that they can be healthy one minute and die the next. We've lost, we got 12, we're down to 5. 6 of them didn't look good from the get-go, but we still, we gave them a forever home, as one would say. That forever wasn't very long, but we gave them a forever home. We had another one pass away just the other day, and it was kind of strange because it wasn't sickly at all, and all of a sudden it just, died. But as you know, like I said, chicks are that way, guys. So, sorry, guys. We're not going to, like I said, it's cold out here in the garage. It is blowing out here in Utah. We got another winter storm coming in tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday. So, I'll get the part, or the tool. I think I got all the parts. This was the main tool holding us up. Now, what this tool does, guys, I'll let that focus in, hopefully, is this end right here goes into the proportioning valve and holds a spring from going back and forth. It locks it in. And so I can bleed the brakes, but upon further thing, I think I have a cracked line at one of the ends, so I'm going to have to redo it, and hence needing to cut a new line for it. I don't have that part. So, once again, waiting on tools, waiting on parts. None of the interior parts have shown up. That's why we're not tearing into it. One thing I have done, and Matter of fact, I will go get the bottle so I can show you guys this. It's called krill oil. Got some krill oil, as you can see, guys. Matter of fact, hopefully you'll be able to focus in. There's the QR code for it. Now, I use a little plunger. And we're going to take you over here and show you why here in just a second, guys. Okay. Down here, guys, right here, there's a bolt that is broken off. So what I like to do, and this is something I do in preparation for trying to get out these whole old rusty bolts, because it already broke off in there, guys. Take a little of the krill, because it's the oil that creeps. Set it up here on the top side. Right into the groove. Then let that creep into those, so the next time we go to try to get these bolts out, we can easy out them out, usually with a reverse drill bit, guys. So, thanks for watching. Next weekend we will definitely have more parts and more tools. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you the last little segment that you'd watched was with me on the tractor. So I want to show you, this is just a couple days later in the week, and this is why I get the tractor, guys. It just cleans up the driveways so quick. So but I wanted to show you guys the piles.